Hi guys, my name is Diva and this is Debbie Thoth Talk in a new segment. Today I'm gonna do an introduction on this our new segment that's gonna be about still the Thoth Tarot, but the cards, the court cards. Okay, here the first particularity, because Crowley again he changed some aspects, some characteristics on his court cards are changed, are different from what you see on the other traditional decks, Marseille and Wade Smith. First of all, here on the court cards of Tarot, we don't have kings. We don't have kings. We have knights. Okay? Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, Knight of Discs, Knight of Swords. Yes, we don't have kings, we have queens. We have queens. We have a Queen of Wands, we have a Queen of Cups, Queen of Discs, and Queen of Swords. Traditionally, we can find the representation of the element of fire on the representation of the king's cards on the court. But here, the representation of fire, the element fire, is made by the knights. Okay? This is the first difference. The queens are like the other two. They represent element water, okay? And then we're gonna see later how this is the fire of water, the water of water, the combinations, the earth of water and air of water. But here he doesn't make any changes. All the queens are related to aspects of different aspects of the element water. Again, instead, knights that we see, kings in the Wade Smith and Marseille, we see 4 kings, 4 queens, 4 knights, and 4 pages or valets, as you wish. Here we have 4 knights for fire, 4 queens for water, 4 prince for air. Remember the knights on the other 2 decks, Marseille and Wade Smith, the knights are the representation. There are 4 aspects of the element air. Here Aleister Crowley created a new character, a prince of wands, prince of cups, prince of discs, and prince of swords, representing 4 aspects of the element air. And finally, instead of the pages on the Wade Smith or valets on the Marseille decks, Aleister Crowley made princesses. The Princess of Wands, Princess of Cups, Princess of Discs, and Princess of Swords. Those are, I think, the main differences and that you can find at first between the court cards on Marseille decks, Wade Smith decks, and the Thoth Tarot. He really changed his court cards, and I know that some writers and professionals and readers make substitutions like, oh, it's easy, it's just take the king and put the knight, the Thoth knight, in the place of the king, and it's the same thing. Actually, it's not, because as you can realize, kings, they are symbol, they are aspects for the major arcana 4, the emperor. They are aspects of stability, um, construction, uh, uh, um, establishment. You cannot look at those knights with all that dynamic and speed and think in the same way that you feel in the same, not think, but think and feel in the same way that when you look at the kings, all those kings sitting in their thrones, and here you see a movement, you see dynamic, you see speed. So it's not that easy. It's not just substitute the meanings. The meanings are gonna to be the same. They are not. Here is a different deck. The Thoth deck. It's part of the 3 traditionals: Marseille, Wade Smith, and Thoth. But that doesn't mean that the meanings are the same. It's a deck on its own that you should study on its own with a lot of care. In the same way, here the prince, they are element air. They are they have the freedom and some speed, but is not in the same way that the knights, the Marseille knights and the Wadesmith knights. Here there are some immaturity on those guys, because those guys, they will never be kings. They are aspirants to knights, to champions for the queens. But here, hierarchically, the queens are on the top of this hierarchy. I'm not talking about Tree of Life or anything. I'm talking here about more philosophical vision, okay, and historical. Crowley, he made a matriarchal lineage, not patriarchal. There is no king here. She is the boss, and the knights, they're her champions. Those princes, they are going to be the next champions, the next knights, and the princesses, they are going to be queens. Here, they are going to be the next bosses. They are being trained to be queens. And this is just an introduction, guys. I'm gonna be here with 1 card per week. It's going to be 16 weeks. The court are, this is the same from other decks. The court cards here on the ThothTarot are 16, so 16 weeks with some basic explanation about those cards and the keywords, like always. Okay? And this is it, guys. I'm Diva. This is Tabby Thoth Talk in a new segment, court cards. Thank you, and see you later.